Alright, what's up my buddies? Coffee. I finally got some time for myself to make a fucking video. Yeah, being sick and well, sharing a one bedroom apartment with my girlfriend that's also sick can be pretty difficult to like get anything done, right? Well, either you're not in the mood of it, or you're driving somewhere to get medicine. Fucking, you still gotta do some chores around the house, do little things here and there. The past 2 weeks has been pretty rough, right? Now I'm glad to say that I'm starting to get to know most of you guys. Either you guys leave comments or you guys like hang out with me during my live streams. We chat and get to know each other and all this shit. And for the most part, like from what I see, a lot of you guys that follow me, you guys are beginning like editors, right? You guys have like an interest in editing. You guys have goals. You guys have like you guys are aiming to be editors in one way or another, right? Whether you're working for a YouTuber, you want to work for a streamer, you want to do your own stuff, you want to make record music, yeah. Each one of you guys have your own goals, and like it's kind of cool to like talk to you and learn about you guys, right? And recently, I decided to obviously join the club and start learning DaVinci and stuff like that, right? So I can like help you guys even continue your journey with your editing goals and all that stuff, right? Now I haven't like touched DaVinci because like I've been sick, and like trying to watch tutorials and get anything done when you're sick is not great. If anything, I've just been watching like gameplay videos, just trying to relax, trying to like get healthy. I'm feeling a lot better now. The only thing I got is a fucking cough that won't leave me alone, right? But anyways, the point of this video is simply that no matter what your age is or what situation you are in life, just know that like yeah, time is your friend, but at the same time it doesn't wait for you, right? So something I got into is learning more about mental health, right? I've been reading a few books about that. I've been reading books about like narcissism, like maybe self-help books, books to help motivate you and change your habits and all that stuff like that. And the thing, probably like one of like the most common thing about those books that I learned is that we as humans don't really have much control as we like to think we do. It's interesting. One story that I read from Mark Manson from his book of Everything is Fuck, a book about hope. There was a part of the book that he was sharing about the story of a man that he had a brain tumor, right? Somewhere in the frontal lobe area of his brain. He had surgery, they removed the tumor, right? But the thing is that her personality completely changed, right? Like he just stopped being himself. He stopped being so putting priorities on certain things. He was just basically like dead, like everything. He was just basically a walking zombie, right? Like he didn't really have much of an urgency to get anything done, right? Basically what happened was like, yeah, they removed the tumor, but basically they removed a good chunk of his frontal lobe area that they basically lobotomized his ass, right? So became like a walking zombie almost, right? He was able to respond, he's able to do things, but we just like basically dead. Wasn't showing up on time for appointments or stuff like that. He didn't really have a sense of urgency or importance anymore, right? The point of that story is that we as humans, we have so much shit wired into us that we think we're in control, but in reality we're not, right? Obviously when you're angry you act a certain way, and when you're scared you act a certain way, when you're happy you act a certain way, right? When you're anxious you act a certain way, right? When you have urgencies, when you have like desires or whatever, you act a certain way, right? There's like a lot of things that's built into you that gets you motivated to get shit done, right? And the thing most importantly is that we as humans, we tend to stick to what we know, to what's comfortable, that change can be a difficult thing for us, right? The point I'm trying to get at is that from what I can see from most of you guys I've been chatting with, you guys have your lifestyles, you guys have like a certain goals and this and that, right? But also like you guys have your hobbies, your interests, and other stuff that you're gonna have to like learn to like prioritize certain things over another if you want to achieve your goals, right? Whatever they may be, right? Now, like the main thing I always get asked is basically, how did I become an editor? How did I get a job working with Paul? How's that going? How can you get a job working for someone like Paul? I do get asked that a lot, right? There's no simple answer, because for me to get to the point of me being introduced to someone like Paul, it took years, right? I started watching like I don't know documentaries about like movie directors I liked, right? Like behind the scenes, like how they got started, right? When Quentin Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez, independent like movie directors that I like, Takashi Miike from like Japan, like how he got started, stuff like that. And obviously they all have their stories, right? Something that I bring up often is that I wanted to become a VFX artist. That's something that I wanted to do, right? I really wanted to become a VFX artist and work for a studio. Also, I started to work on my own stuff, right? My own projects. And the thing with that is that obviously I needed to learn to edit, so I started to like edit my own videos, right? I started with Final Cut Pro. There's many what they teach you in school, so I had Final Cut Pro 7. Then from there I got like Premiere Pro. I started messing around with that. Actually, before that, I think I had iMovie, so I was making movies with that iMovie, you know, before it became Final Cut Pro or whatever. The desire for me to do my work, my VFX and all that stuff, I needed to learn how to edit, so I need to learn how to make, you know, mix music and this and that. So I started to, like, you know, use whatever software I had available built into my computer, you know, and I started like to mess with that, right? And then, like, you know, because I was going to school, I was trying to get involved with the different projects. Everybody knew that I edited, so I offered myself because, you know, I had my YouTube channel, so I was able to show them like, hey, this is what I do in my free time, because they could see that I was doing some VFX work, so they gave me all the editing work. So I started to edit more for other people and stuff like that, and then just basically snowball from there till eventually, you know, I came across someone like Paul, right? Now the thing that I bring up with working with someone like Paul is that, like, I reached a point where I had to make a decision. You know, I was like, okay, I really want to become a VFX artist. You know, I want to work for a studio. That was kind of like my main goal overall, right? But then on the other hand, I have like someone like Paul, which is like, you know, he's a YouTuber. I think when I started working with him, he was just under 500,000 subscribers, I believe. You know, he worked his way up to like 1 million now, but he was around that area when I started working with him. You know, 500,000 subscribers. Between like me needing money, between me not happy working in construction and all this other stuff. Also, I got along with Paul pretty well. Like right off the bat, you know, I thought he was a cool guy. I just had to make a choice, you know. Basically, it's time, you know, time management. I had to like make the choice. I had to like stop chasing my goal to become a VFX artist and stop like learning how to do VFX work and focus more on being a better editor, right? I need to learn how to like understand the software better, like edit better, edit faster, you know, because YouTube is very time-based, right? I had to learn how to edit faster and focus more time on that. And that's basically, I had to make that choice, right? I actually got offered work with a motion capture actor for video games, right? I had a buddy that he did that. You know how they put on the suits and they have the little boss to do motion capture for video games. He told me that if I was to like learn how to do like understand the software, say like Unreal, like learn how to mess with it, he could get me a job doing that, right? That sounded cool, right? So they get into that a little bit while I was working with Paul, but just it became too much, man. Along with my personal things, with like trying to have a conversation, trying to have a relationship with my girlfriend, right? It just became too much, and also, you know, I'm trying to like also enjoy my life, my free time, or else I'll just be working all the fucking time. So, anyways, I mean, I guess that's what I'm trying to get at with this video is that you're gonna have to get to a point where you have to like prioritize something over another, right? Whatever your situation may be, right? I mean, if you like to play a lot of video games, for example, you know, you might have to get to a point where like you have to like reduce the time to play video games to like actually, you know, learn more about the software you're trying to learn. Maybe try to like edit more of your own videos, you know, try to film more for yourself or whatever you want to do, right? Read more books about the concept, you know, watch tutorials, you know, all this stuff, right? There's a lot of like things you need to like make a little, I guess, sacrifices, because, you know, time is your friend in the sense of like, you know, the only way you can get good at something is by practicing, right? But at the same time, time is not your friend, because, like, you know, just like me, it's been 2 weeks, you know, I've been sick and I haven't really done much of my personal projects and much videos, right? And, you know, 2 weeks have come by and I haven't like done much, right? No, obviously I've been sick, but I'm just saying, like, you know, time can go by really fast, you know, if you're not careful or paying attention, right? You know, it's like you want to do this, you want to do that, but next thing you know, a fucking year passed, you're like, oh shit, I'm still in the same spot, you know? So yeah, like, you have to make a choice where it's like, I want to become a better editor, so I have to stop doing this and focus more on this, right? And that's basically what I decided to do when I started working with someone like Paul. I had to like give up something to get better at something else, right? And, you know, and I stuck with that choice, and thankfully things worked out for me pretty well. You know, I'm happy how things are going. I am, right? So now I'm making the choice of like becoming more of a streamer, doing more tutorials and stuff like that. So I'm making the choice now to like learn more about DaVinci and, you know, putting time aside to like stream, to reach out to more of my followers, get in touch with them, talk, you know, have fun and all that stuff like that. So by me doing that, again, I have to like, you know, put time into it. So I have to schedule that time. So it's either like, yeah, I can stay at home and chill, do nothing or whatever, say on a Monday morning, or I can focus on doing streaming or learn to communicate with my followers, try to get my stream going, you know, add more like visuals to make it more entertaining and stuff like that. You know, I'd rather do that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one or the other. You have to like basically, you know, make a choice. You can do one thing or you can do another, right? And you gotta weigh which was more important. You can try to do both, but you're just gonna stress yourself out, and it's just it's tiring. There's only so much you can do, right? So you gotta like see which one and like you get the most benefit out of, right? I definitely got the most benefit and enjoy working with someone like Paul. They did do my VFX work, so I'm happy with that. So anyways, I just wanted to make this quick video, and just, I don't know, just wanted to like make something because I haven't been making much videos because I've been sick. Sorry about that. So anyway, so in the video, I guess something that made a change in my life that because I had to learn how to do is basically just ask yourself, are you doing things that you want to do, or you're doing what some other people want to do, right? What I'm trying to say is that just say you have a group of friends, right? Like, you don't want to drink. You really don't want to drink. You don't want to stay out, right? Because, you just want to go home and rest because you got something to do tomorrow, right? But then you have your buddies. They're like, nah, don't be a bitch. Here, have a beer. Here, stay. Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Yada, yada. You can work with a hangover. It goes away. Just drink some coffee or whatever. You make that choice. Are you going to do something that is better for you in the sense you're going to go home early and not drink and actually get rested so you can like have a productive day yesterday? Are you going to do something that other people want you to do, which is just, drink, stay up late, get all fucked up, and wake up like shit like the next morning, I'm just trying to make an example, right? Because that can go with anything. Maybe you have like priorities, you want to save some money, you want to buy your software, there's a lot of things you want to do, right? But then, you have your other group of friends and be like, hey man, come on, come hang out with us, let's go to the bar, let's do this, let's do that, you got to make a choice of what's more important to you. Your goals that you want to achieve, you want to become an editor or do your content or work for someone or whatever, so you have to make the choices to get to that point, or you're going to do the other choices where some other people, they want you to do what they want you to do, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta like, balance that out and make sure you're doing what's best for you, right? So anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm feeling a lot better now, so I'm starting next week. I actually made a schedule of like my content I want to create, so I definitely want to get back to that routine now that I'm feeling a lot better. And also my girlfriend's gonna go back to work, so I'm excited for that. Shit, I definitely need some alone time so I can work. But anyways, that's what I got. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Take care, peace.